How much should I budget for running ads? So I got this question in a Meta Ads Q&A that I gave. So let me read you the whole thing. How much should I budget for running ads? Does it depend on what I'm selling or wanting to get back from the ads, such as leads or sales? Yes. Does it depend on what category it is? So let's talk about it. In general, if you are running list building ads, you're running ads because you want to grow your email list so that you can then sell to the list. Typically, I suggest a minimum of at least $30 a day. So 30 times 30 gives you 900, 31 days, 930. So roughly, typically this is where I say roughly budget 1,000 a month in ad spend. Okay. If you are running some type of launch ads, you're going to want to, I still typically will say at least 1,000 in launch ads. So launch ads meaning any type of webinar, workshop, online challenge, anything like that for running ads, minimum of at least 1,000 in ad spend. So with that, typically I like you to run the ads for 2 weeks before the event. Um, so you've got 2 weeks to spend that 1,000. Typically with launch ads, you're going to run the ads to both a warm audience and a cold audience. So you're going to split that 1,000 between 14 days and then between two audiences. So basically you've got like $71 a day. And then so split that in two, so 35 per audience. A warm audience when it comes to Facebook. So that's going to be your email list. It's going to be anybody who's visited your website in the last 180 days, as long as you have a pixel on the website. So a pixel is just a little piece of code that tells Facebook when somebody has visited your website. It can track up to 180 days out. So anyone who's visited your website in the last 180 days, anybody who's engaged with you on Facebook or Instagram on your business profiles in the last year, and then also anybody who's liked or followed you on Facebook or Instagram. So you've got your ads to your warm audience, ads to your cold audience. Now with launch ads, what I really like to do, the first time that you run them, I would suggest spending about 1,000. Then once you can kind of predictably say, okay, I know that if I spend this much, I'm going to get this many people signed up. And then from there, I'm going to get this many people that are signing up for my program. Then you can start to scale that up. So if you know, okay, if I spend like $5,000 in ad spend, I also know I'm going to get this many people in, I'm going to get this much money back, and it's going to make sense, right? It's going to be good for your business. Okay, so that's budgeting for list building ads and then launch ads. You've also got retargeting ads. So retargeting ads are when somebody was just telling me this during the Q&A, where they're like, I see your ads all over the place on Facebook. How do you do that? Those are retargeting ads. We started following each other on Instagram. And so because she engaged with me on my business platform, um, so I have retargeting ads set up for anybody who's visited my website in the last 30 days, probably 30, it might be 60. And then anybody who's engaged with me on Facebook or Instagram in the last 30 days. So she engaged with me, and now she's seeing ads that are like, hey, you should run some Facebook ads. Let's schedule a time to chat. So retargeting ads, you can spend less. For some clients, I will even spend like $5 a day and it'll still bring people in. Now, it's not going to bring people in necessarily every day if you're spending $5 a day, but you might not have the audience for it. For another client, we're spending like 50 a day on retargeting ads. So it really depends on the size of your audience and what you're wanting to get them to do. In most cases, it's to schedule a consult call, or it's going to be for sales. So let's say you have a launch, the launch event ended, and now you're selling your program. I would absolutely recommend running ads directly for the sale of the program. So typically sending them to the sales page, or if you're doing consult calls to bring them into the program, it's to schedule a consult, or the sales page where they then schedule a consult call. Those ads, it can really range. Um, a lot of times I would say spend roughly the amount of what the program is so that you know, like if you just get one person from it, you're breaking even. It really varies from client to client, how much they should be spending on it. The other type of ad that I have not yet covered would be ads for some type of like a slow funnel, which is a SLO funnel, self-liquidating offer. It's also sometimes called like a tiny offer, a small offer, something like that. So something where it might be anywhere from $7 to $47 a lot of the time. And a lot of times if it's going to be really in that like $27 to $47 range. So with those, I typically suggest spending at least the same amount of what it costs per day so that ideally you'll get at least a sale a day on those ads. So that is what I recommend when it comes to your budgeting for your ads. Let me know if you have any other questions, put them in the comments. And if you would like to schedule a time to chat, I would love to chat with you. I'll put the link in the description in order to schedule, or you can go to jenposick.com/schedule.